Hello and welcome, my dear students and my viewers, to my channel Mathematics Made Easy. This is Ms. Ruchika welcoming you to part 2 of lesson 8.2 Ellipses, all for my grade 10 elite students. So today we are going to be solving some problems on ellipses. So let's get into the video and see what questions are we solving today. The first question is pretty simple question. This is on the standard form of an ellipse. So let's see what the question is saying. Write an equation for an ellipse with the vertices 0, 9, 0, -9 and foci at 0, -7 and 0, 7. So if you try to just draw a rough coordinate system and you plot these 4 points, then you would be able to very easily see that these all points are lying on the y-axis. That means this ellipse is a vertical ellipse having the major axis on the y-axis. So now from these points it's easy to calculate the center of the ellipse, and definitely because it's a vertical one and the points are equidistant, we can use the midpoint formula between the two foci to get the center as 0, 0. So this is, I have highlighted here for you, this is the ellipse we'll be taking. So the equation will be y square over a square plus x square over b square equal to 1. So in order to use this equation, we need the values of a and b. So let's calculate a and b, and a is nothing but coming from the length of the major axis. We can also say that the value of a can be calculated by looking at the length of the major axis. So major axis is y-axis, and by definition its length is 2 times a. So what is the value of a here? The value of a coming from the vertices is 9. So 2 times 9 would be 18. So we know that a comes out to be 9 here in this question. Now in the next step we find the value of b. So for finding the value of b, we use the value of c, which is already given to you, because the foci points are 0, c and 0, -c for a vertical ellipse. So if you see at the coordinates, the value of c is 7. You have a, you have c, so we can calculate b by the formula a square equal to b square plus c square. So b comes out to be square root of 32. So now we can write the equation of ellipse as y square over a square, which is 9 square, which is 81, plus x square over 32 equal to 1. So that's the first question for today. Let's now try some questions. This is guided practice. We are going to try this as classwork. This one you can try in a similar way as homework, and then we'll check your answer. Answers will come out to be this. So let's solve the guided practice 1A question now stepwise in the next slide. Okay, now that you know the equation of ellipse centered at 0, 0, the horizontal and vertical, let's look at the equation of ellipse centered at h, k. This is more important than the previous one, and it's given in your math book also in the formula sheet that I shared with you in the last video. So here what is happening, if you see carefully, the center is changed to and the foci is moved by h units on the x-axis and y units on the k-axis. So the above equation have simply been translated h units right or left and k units up or down. So the ellipse, which was first having center at 0, 0, has now moved, as you can see, by h units on the x-axis and k units on the y-axis. So I hope this animation helps you for the same. Now let's solve one question on this kind of an ellipse. So here you need to write an equation for the ellipse with the vertices at 6, -8 and 6, 4 and co-vertices at 3, -2 and 9, -2. Now it's quite easy to understand looking at the coordinates of the vertices that here your x coordinate is same, which is 6, 6. So I will just highlight with my pen, here also 6, here also 6. So since the x coordinate is same, we know the ellipse is going to have a vertical orientation. Now you plot the points just like in example 1. Draw the points, and looking at the vertices, you will be able to just draw a rough ellipse passing through these points. So the center of the ellipse, we are going to use the midpoint formula. So if the two coordinates of the vertices are given to you as 6 and 6 for the x-axis. You divide them by 2 after adding. Negative 8 and 4, you add them and divide by 2. So the center of the ellipse will be at this point. So now you can draw the center and also find the length of the major axis. So how do you find the length of the major axis? It is the distance between the 2 points of the vertices. So here this is V1, this is V2. If you calculate the distance between them using distance formula, you will get the distance as 12 units, because the x coordinate 6 minus 6 is going to give you 0. Only distance is going to come from negative 8 and 4. So the distance is giving you the length of the major axis. So your value of A you have got. Similarly, B is in this question 3. You get it from the other coordinate, which is 3 comma 2 and 9 comma minus 3. So once you get your A and B, it is easy to identify that out of this you are going to select the one with vertical orientation. So this is the equation. You have A, you have B, you have the center h comma k. So let's use and write the equation as this one. So center h comma k, so h is 6, k is negative 2, a square is 36, b square is this. Plug in everything in this formula and you get the equation of the vertical edge. Let's now solve guided practice 2 question. 2a would be classwork. Let's solve it on the next slide stepwise, and you'll try in your notebooks question number 2. B yourself as the homework. You can check your answers using the final answer. So that's all for the session today. Thank you for watching today's video. Hit like if you found the video useful, and please quickly subscribe to the channel if you're watching and liking my videos. Until then, this is Ms. Ruchika signing off from today's session. See you in my next video. Bye students.